everyone. So,
Morning.
pre-match chat for a Liverpool Man United game. Huge game. Always is the biggest game of our season because it's the one where no matter, for me anyway, it's the one where no matter how we're playing in the season, this is the one that tells you where you're at mentally as a team. And the last few years, say 2-3 years, we've been better than Manchester United. Without a doubt, we've been the better team. But these games have been tough. They've been close. Apart from a couple of them at Anfield, where we beat them 3-1 when Mourinho got sacked, and we beat them 2-0 as well. But even then, those games were in the balance. Even though we were the better team, the games were in the balance. So for me, on form, Manchester United look like they're going to destroy us, but that's not always the case in these games. So anyway, I'll pass over to who wants to kick off. How are you guys, man?
I can go ahead. Yeah, you're right. Definitely. It don't matter where you are in the league. This is like a local derby. This has been going on for years. It don't matter whether we're fighting for relegation or whether we're fighting for a title. This is one of those games you don't want to lose. Like being a derby in there. Yeah, on form, definitely. It looks like Man United's probably going to come out. You know, they've got the pace. We ain't got the defenders. They're probably going to go for it. But that was the case last time, and they only got a draw? I think at Anfield. So, but it's another game. It's going to be a different story. Now they're probably on the buzz, you know, after the Roma game with a good victory like that. They know how to find hit the back of the net, and it looks like as far as we're all looking at Van Dijk not being there, but it's our goal scorer not being able to score is our problem. And for me, if I see a team that's struggling to score, I'll push further forward and just outscore them because I know they can't score. That's going to be the situation, and it's whether Man United are brave enough. Ole's brave enough because he's a textbook manager. He's not the one who's going to work off the cuff, you know. So I think Fabinho needs to be back in midfield. He's got to stop playing him in centre half. He's our defence. He's our first barrier. You know. I know they say your defence line starts from up front, your strikers and that, but he's the golden nugget. You know, the one that protects our defence more than anyone else, and it gives a bit more comfort to our defence. And if we're not going to have that, yeah, we're going to be running ragged. You know, it showed against the last game where he tried to with Newcastle, playing him at centre back, didn't work. We ended up, you know, they pushed further forward the last 10 minutes, and we were all over the place. Leeds United, we were all over the place the last 10 minutes, and you could see the goals. It was only a matter of time. And this is why I feel like with Real Madrid, he knew the ball was in their court, and they could have pushed further forward at any time, and they just decided a safety the second leg, you know. But yeah, we need to put our goal scoring boots on big time. Apparently, everyone's going on about Werner being the worst striker, but goal ratio stats, Mane and Firmino are the worst. They're first and second, and then it's Werner. What's that? How do you explain that? Like, you know, how do you? Is it? I know the fans have that much of an influence, have a good influence, but come on, you know, you should be used to it. It's almost been a season now, a whole year, and you should have got comfortable without the fans being there. And it's if it's that, or if it's confidence, or if it's fitness, you know, are they drained out? You know, he's got to find a second solution for that.
I think it was a mixture of all of them. I was going to touch on a point that you said earlier about the goal scoring. Looking at our underlying stats, our XG is literally nearly the same as it was last year. We are underperforming our XG by the same amount we were overperforming our XG last season. So we were getting the same opportunities, the same types of chances, the same build-up play. But last year we were putting them away. And this year we're not at an alarming rate. We're not scoring, sitters. And it's okay if it's 1 or 2 games, but it's a repeat offence. You can see in all our games. Like the Newcastle game, I knew that Willock goal was going to go in. I think we all had it in our heads that something was going to happen because we've been there how many times this season? 10, 15 times this season where we dominate, cut open, create chances, fluff lines again. And then last minutes we're thinking, shit, hopefully they don't score. And they do every single time. And it's like, it's a hard one for Klopp and his staff probably because he's probably thinking, how does he's got the best attackers in the world. They didn't become rubbish overnight, and I don't buy the whole they're coming away from their peak thing because they're not. They got some years in them. Maybe Firmino might be the case. Because his drop off is a bit more noted. He didn't score well last year either, and he's not scoring well this year. So he might need some help, but we're not finishing our chances, and that just comes from, like you said, confidence and mentality. We were nicknamed mentality monsters last season. Now it's like mentality midgets. We're just in our own heads. You can see it on the pitch. Like we don't believe in ourselves, and no one's taking the game by the scruff of the neck. There's no organisation.
Yeah, I think what I would say about the mentality, the last few seasons, things would go against us in games, but the team would always look like, well, you know what, we're gonna come back. Yeah. We're gonna keep going. Whereas now, when things don't go our way in a game, or we have a setback, a bad decision, or something the other team score, it seems like we just think, well, there's no way back now. We can't do it.
How do you guys feel when we go 1-0 down? I'm always thinking, shit, I can't see us scoring 2 goals in this game. Like, I don't know if we're going to score 2 or 1 or 3. I can't see us coming back. And that's against any team. And I don't even mean defensively tight teams. I mean any team. Whenever we concede, I just get scared. Like, I don't know what's going to happen with this game. And even when we go 1-up, I've never felt safe in a match this whole season. I've never felt, okay, you know what, I'll go somewhere. I can switch off the TV with 10 minutes left, or I can I'm always there to like the last second because I know it happens in our games.
Yeah, especially that Newcastle, the Newcastle game. I was just like, when they scored the equaliser and it got disallowed, because when it went to VAR, I said, "Oh, there's no way VAR are going to disallow a goal against Liverpool this late." And then they disallowed it, and I thought, "Oh my God, we've just got a present. We've got a present here." Yeah. And then the very next play, the ball came into our box. Firmino cleared the ball. But rather than try and kick it upfield or run with the ball or go and try and get a free kick or whatever, waste some time, he just kicked it by the penalty area, our penalty area, out for a throw-in. And I was like, oh my God, why would you do that? Why would you do that? And then the ball came back in, we cleared it, and then it went out for a corner. It's just like, I said to myself, they're going to score. They're going to score another goal.
Honestly, yeah.
I was just like, blow the whistle, ref. Please, blow it now. And I knew he wasn't going to blow it exactly on the 4 minutes or whatever it was. Yeah. And it went into 5 minutes, and I thought, blow, ref, blow, please blow. And then...
Honestly,
I knew what he was going to do. He was going to let that attack play out and then blow. And we couldn't hold on. I mean, these guys, they knew they were one play away from winning that game, and you couldn't hold on to it. You let Dwight Gale win the aerial battle,
honestly.
And then you don't even win the second ball as well. I mean, it was just, I was so disappointed last week. So disappointed because it was just...
I don't even get angry. anymore. I'm not even, because it's kind of like we deserve it.
It's not angry, but it was just like really. And you know what? If we can't beat Newcastle at home, do we really deserve Champions League football?
Yeah.
You know, maybe these players need to go to Lithuania on a Thursday night and see how it is to play in the Europa League, just to understand.
Yeah.
You know, that they have thrown away Champions League football for next year themselves. No one else.
Well, you say that
in every game, we've been in positions to win these games. In all of these games, I don't remember too many games we were totally outplayed. Maybe against Man City when they beat us 4-1 or 3-1 or whatever when we lost to Man City at Anfield. Maybe that game they totally outplayed us. But all the other games we've played, we've been in the game. We've been in the game and we've had our moments that we didn't capitalize on. And you know what I was looking at? I just looked at the other day, the PSG Man City game. PSG should have been out of sight in that first half. And what it proves is this: at the top level, when you are on top in a game, you have to capitalize, because at the top level, all teams have the capability to come back. All of them. You know,
chances as well.
Yeah.
In those top games, you only get a few chances to put them away, and if you don't against Real Madrid, you know, we had that Salah chance, and
he has to score that. He has to score.
I thought, we might not have this in the bag. He scores that, it's a different game.
Oh yeah, because if he scores that, we settle down. We definitely get another goal, and then it's different because Real Madrid have to start playing. Then they can't play that safe. We'll soak up the pressure.
Yeah.
They have to attack, and spaces come into it then, you know. So anyway, get back to the Liverpool Man United game. It's going to be interesting to see how the players deal with this tomorrow, because even if we win tomorrow, for me, in the last 2 games we've dropped 4 points, and so tomorrow's game is not the key to Champions League football. We should have had those 4 points extra. And then tomorrow's game would have mattered. Then tomorrow's game would have been very significant. But look, we can still qualify for the top 4, which is the amazing thing. But whether we will or not is another matter. And I don't know. The way the team are playing, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look like we can't take care of our games. And that's what Klopp said in the press conference. If we don't win our games, it doesn't matter what anyone else does.
Yeah, it's true. So, I was just thinking, what one thing just come to my mind, you know, like, what age did Gerrard go to MLS? Because, like, Milner, man, you know, surely Gerrard was playing better than him, like, before. You know, why don't that man just go to the MLS? You know what I mean? Like, he should be playing in the Premier League. I know he's a professional. He's got a training. He brings a whole standard. But the pace of the game looks like, for me, it's that touch bit too fast for him now. You know.
Yeah, maybe, but Milner's been a solid player for Liverpool. I can't blame Milner for what's happening at Liverpool. I mean, I blame
whole team.
No, I think Klopp and his staff, they've made some mistakes this year. Definitely,
a lot.
They've made some errors. They've, you know, and I think at the beginning of the season, errors were made in terms of letting Lovren go, not replacing him, thinking, well, you know, we don't need another defender because we've got a few. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, irony, all the defenders get injured and you're struggling then. And then you're playing your midfielders in defence. And for a while, we got away with it. But it had to take its toll. And then I think as well, I mean, Jane, you said you don't believe that the front three have past their peak. I don't think they're past their peak. I think what's happened is the effort it took to get to the top, to take Man City down. the effort it took mentally, physically, I think has worn them out. And I think this season, we're seeing the drop-off in terms of where we were the last few seasons.
Burnout, basically. So.
Yeah. Because if you look, you said the stats.
Yeah.
We're creating the same amount of chances as we were, but it's not putting them away. So mentally, we're not as sharp. No. We're not as on it.
I think it's been a combination of things. I think that's true as well. I think the fans, I think the players, obviously the big injuries, the mentality, and I think it's just all kind of taken its toll on them collectively all at once. Like you said about the centre back problem, was a combination of like basically that was FSG, to be honest. They want to buy us the players that we needed because they want to ride on Klopp's dominance. It's like coaching ability, but
I think well, this summer we should see some movement, some change.
I'm not holding my breath because I saw the early reports on our losses. So there's been kind of
46, isn't it? 43.
There's now 74 million loss they're projecting, and that's only the first few months' numbers. So it's projected to go up by a certain amount.
We got problems head to toe. Do you still think that Mane Salah problem? Is there still a Mane problem between themselves as well?
Nah.
Do you reckon they've sorted it out? It was going on for a good 2 years or so.
I don't buy that there was a problem, to be honest. I don't buy that there was a problem. I think they're both competitive, highly competitive players that want to score goals. And it's natural to be pissed off at your friend if he doesn't pass you the ball. You know what I mean? And there's no data that corresponds to Salah being greedy towards Mane or anything. You know what I mean? He's created the most chances out of all the forwards in the league. So I think that's
I don't think they hate each other. I think there's competitiveness between them. Yes, but that's good. That's healthy.
There's competitiveness, especially if you've got most top clubs have one. They used to have one striker or maybe two, but nowadays it's 3-4 top strikers, all wanting to score the most goals. Of course, there's going to be a level of competitiveness there. You know what I mean? Especially when you're of similar ages and you feel like you should be at the peak at the same time. I mean, they split the Golden Boot, didn't they, the other year?
Yeah.
With Aubameyang. So that's probably they want the awards, the individual accolades, don't they?
Of course they do. They got their own pride in it. And
so amazing. Salah's still topping the charts for goal scoring, and we've missed so many chances this season. That's amazing to me. To be honest, he's just class.
That chance against Real Madrid, man, right at the beginning, that second leg. Come on, that was the one. That would have brought us back into the game.
We've done that a couple of times, more than a couple of times this season. We've had sitters where it's like, okay, we need to score this. It can change the game. And it's just, you can see, it's like they're ticking over in their heads that they don't believe in themselves.
Yeah, they take that extra touch. They just want to make certain.
Yeah, and it's like...
Not that instant. Look at Milner the other day against Newcastle. Last season, he hits that first time missing the net. This season, he wanted to take a touch, run around the keeper.
His numbers have been really...
He just wanted to make sure. That's the problem. And I think... I just hope tomorrow.
He's a big game player as well. He's one of...
We take our chances. Yeah. If we get chances, if we create the chances, take them. Yeah. That's all we have to do.
This year we've been probably more reliant on our bench, and our bench is like there's a lot going on behind the scenes. You buy Ben Davies, you don't start him. Taximidas, he comes in. We don't know anything about him. It's been almost a season. Man ain't even started a game from the. He's probably started one maybe or none for me. But then you got like players like Shaqiri, Origi, all of that. Where are these boys? And last year it's like Klopp turned his back on them a couple of times because they hardly played last season. It's the season before where we won the Champions League where they had a bit of an input helping us win that. But last season, now we're relying on these guys. We shut the door on them. Now we're saying, "Come here, boys." We weren't good last season.
Those guys need to just leave, or it needs to be. I don't think Origi cuts it because think about it. We're having a goal scoring issues, and these guys are not good enough. They can't even replace the guys that are having.
Yeah,
trouble.
yeah.
You know what I mean, that's how bad they are.
Yeah.
You're right. And the longer we keep them, their value drops. No, it's cold. We could have sold them last year for a good amount of dosh.
No one wants like Origi. Clubs don't want him. I'm not sure why.
He's probably on a good contract, good salary as well. You can't demand big money if he's on a good contract.
Listen, I think Origi would do well if he goes to a club and he starts and he plays and he gets that rhythm of playing football. I think he'll score goals, but he's not top level.
When
level.
Jimenez got injured, I know, like, hopefully he comes back to scoring form. You know, he's a top player. But I was getting happy. Like, Origi, I thought there was rumours of him going out the door. Yeah. And I was ready to get the wheelbarrow to, throw it out myself. You know what I mean? Supposed
to be in for him, but it's broken down. I think his wage demands, I don't know, and the transfer fee. But yeah, these players, they need to.
They will go in the summer. Origi, Shaqiri, they're gone.
I think there's going to be like a mini exodus. I think Origi.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you reckon Curtis Jones is ready? Is he? Why is he not playing him? I know he had even for Andy Boothroyd in the under-21 championship. Only played him the third game. He didn't play him the first two games. I know he had a big effect, but then something happened at the end of the game and then he got a scratch in the face, this and that. But if he's not ready to fight under-21s,
who's this
for us?
Who's this, sorry?
Curtis Jones.
No, Curtis Jones is ready for us. Yeah, he's proven.
He's been one of the good players this season, I think. But he's just
I think this has been his breakthrough season. Where he showed he could be part of the first team, no problem. He doesn't let you down.
I feel like Tottenham was his game where he stood up. We noticed him, but then he made the mistake for the first their goal as well. So I don't know, man.
I don't know. Look, let's see tomorrow. Let's hope. Let's hope beyond hope that we get something and we can win the game. But it's going to be a tough ask because of the way they're playing and the way we're playing. You can't see how we're going to win, but it's a strange. Football is strange, and these historical games are never cut and dry, and they're never based on form. Yeah. I remember when Man United were flying, winning league after league after league. You asked their players, the game they feared was the Liverpool game, and we were like, not even in the top four. Yeah. So look, we can do something tomorrow. The players need to stand up. They need to deliver for the fans and just give us something to cheer about. I mean, if I'm Klopp, I'm saying, look, I don't care what you do the rest of this season. Tomorrow, you win. Yeah. I don't care. We can lose all the other games. Forget the rest of the season. Tomorrow, win this game.
Well, the other thing about that is we've had the whole week to prepare for the game. They're played on Thursday, so they've had another game to prepare for. The thing is, likelihood Maguire's going to play because that guy, he plays every single game for him, even though he's probably one of their worst defenders anyway, for me. But the fact that he's going to play, there's going to be a bit of fatigue. For us not to come back with at least a minimum of a draw, if we lose and they've played on Thursday, I'll be disappointed. You know what I'm saying? For me.
They played on Thursday, but they played and they whooped someone 6-2. So for me, it's about momentum and adrenaline, and that game won't matter. The Thursday game. Yes, we've had a week to prepare, but we've had a week to prepare where our confidence hasn't been good. We came off the back of a very disappointing 96th minute equaliser against us, which felt like a defeat, So different setup. But look, Liverpool, Man United, anything can happen, and we can win. We can win the game. We've got the players to win it if they turn up. But let's see what happens. I look forward to it anyway. All right. Listen, guys, thank you for logging in, and have a great day. And tomorrow after the game.
Good luck, boys.
Yes, I like that. Pray to who? Well, we got
footballing gods.
Listen, we got Jesus on the line. Look at him. He looks like one of them biblical films, man.
I'll be praying as well, man.
Good. All right. Have a great day, everyone.
Yeah,